Hello, and Farthest Frontier. So, whether this is going to work or not, I still don't really know. I mean, it kind of works, but I think I've introduced a new issue of visibility. I mean, looking at it from this perspective, that looked like a good idea. When I look at it from this perspective, it's not such a good idea. So, yeah, I mean, on the plus side, it looks as though I've found a way to at least try and reduce the problem, shall we say, and try at least do more testing. But yeah, like I say, whether it's going to work or not remains to be seen. Anyway, these folks, you need to go back home. Go on, off you go. You can go home. So in the meantime, while we're trying to fix everything, because things got broken, I'm not quite sure why they've got issues, I want to try and take advantage of the fact that I've got some money now before some private army suddenly jumps up and decides they'll have it. In which case, I want to try and improve this area. Yeah, I'm already spotting a problem for my other task. Why? Hang on a minute. Why has that wall suddenly got extremely big? What happened there? That looks a bit bizarre. Never mind. These are more challenges that we're going to have to look into. That looks seriously out of place now. But unless I can get these armies to go up to here, I mean, that's the reason why I'm building a tower down here. I'm trying to push the area where these raiders spawn up to about here, maybe, and then they might come along here. But in the meantime, crashing against this wall, taking an interest over here, coming along here, so it's in my interest to try and make this place easier to defend. The only trouble is I've just realised that's in the way. That is a problem. Because I was going to build a double wall. I mean, I could get the wall, I could do that. I could build the wall on this side. The only drawback is I've got two wells that are in the way, but I've also got a rat catcher in the way, and I don't know where else to put that rat catcher because it's covering. I said that it's covering there. I could put it over there, maybe. That's a thought. Yeah, I could put it over there, and then I'll build another one over maybe here somewhere. I've got a bit of wiggle room, would we say? But in the meantime, I haven't really done anything with this area. And that's something I need to do. So I'm just going to put some things in just for the sake of getting started. And we'll start to juggle things around. So there's the market. We'll want a healer's house. We will want a school. We will want... that comes into food, doesn't it? Like it becomes a pastry shop at some point. Yeah, it starts off as a bakery, but then it'll become pastry shop. We'll get them to build that. But, like I say, while I've got the money to spend, it's in my interests to spend it. So I'll put that there for now, and then I'm going to have to start juggling things around. And why is that still there? That's looking a bit strange. That can go. Right. So I'll leave them to build that. And the whole idea is to make the area a lot more appealing. Give them entertainment. Get all these houses upgraded. Hopefully these will as well. Because the only other theatre that I've got is way up here somewhere. And it's over there. At least I think it's there. Yeah. I need to get back on track with all this lot. Even though I've now, from what I can tell, I've found a way to make my life easier by forcing the the armies to spawn at a certain place. That'll make my whole life easier. Right, so if we start about there, yeah, that's what we want. Right, if we then go about there, isn't it? There's the edge there. So there'll be a bit of overlap, I think. But as long as I can find the edges, that should help, because basically it drops that those two cells are slightly higher up than the rest of these ones, so that should then drop a lot easier and be lowered down. Let's see if I can find the equivalent. It might be there then. Kind of there. It's difficult to tell, I must admit. Right, we'll get them to do that. That wall is to stop them. I think that was to stop them getting through there, potentially. But it seems to be having an effect. Because that, all of a sudden, that I haven't noticed that before, where that wall is just so high up, it's just crazy. Let's go that way. I'm going to end up... yeah, go on then. I'm feeling generous. I don't know why, but, you know. Downside is I'm now going to have to build them a house. So I'm 3 short, right? You can go and live over there. And like I say, we'll sort this out afterwards once we've got those places built. So they're going to build there. I mean, I could move the towers back. Challenges that picture. And if I move them over to, say, oh, there's already one there. So they're covering that centre part there. And if I move these to here, then there's no one covering that. I mean, ideally you want them there. You take the well. Okay, let's move the well somewhere. Well. Oh, quite a bit of wiggle room there. I mean, nobody has to walk up and down there, do they? Yeah, let's move it over there and I'll put the rat catcher there. Yeah, let's do that. But once they're moved, now that... Where's the next one? That one over there. Ah, there's already one there. Ah, right, so that one... I must have put that one there. Well, actually, it's one there. So that's covering these people. That's why that one exists. Right, okay. So that one... Okay, so we'll move that one to there. Move that one out of the way. I'll have to start juggling things around afterwards. There's one there. One there for now. Oh no! There's a housing shortage. I know! Why do you think we're building a new house? I mean... Yeah, that is something I should have taken into account. It's like the worst time you can be without a house is during the winter. Guess what I did? I did it during the winter. Right, so that needs to be down there. Needs down there. Move it. No, that was not the plan. Hold on. That one there. Put that one there. Then I'll move that one down to there. Ooh, the village is stricken with a fractured bone. Okay, well that's not good. Why is nobody focusing on this thing? Seriously. Where is the problem? I mean, it's like 1,500 logs out there somewhere. Surely somebody could be bothered to go looking for those logs. Surely. I don't know who, but somebody. I'd like to think can do it. Right. Probably not a good idea. Is this place fine? Because I know I was working on potentially expanding this area, I must admit. Pretty sure I was doing that at some. We go from there to... Yeah, I mean, it'll probably work. It could do with a bit of improving. Right, so they're taking things apart and putting them back together again. Why is the rat catcher there? Why? Why is the rat catcher there? Are you not moving? I swore I was going to move them somewhere. Oh, could put them there. That was it. I was waiting for that. Right, you can go over here. I don't think it's got a little arrow on it. Yeah, I'm not seeing an arrow, so what if we turn it around? Put it over there for the sake of completeness. Oh dear. Well, I was going to say that's kind of convenient, but that's a bit inconsiderate, really. Because now it means that that extra house isn't so important. Yeah, it's a bit inconsiderate. But one thing I'm thinking of, something, this was all part of the plan. It was all part of the plan. I want to see how far out. So the yellow circle is what it can do. Its range, so it can hit about 12 because of its extra height. So that to me makes sense. Ergo, what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to block this. I mean, a bit inconvenient because this is the main road, but I'm going to force people to take a detour and come in through here. So when we get into the spring, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get them to basically build a wall along the back here. We'll have a double gate here, but this is going to get blocked off. So if anybody's coming from over here, they're going to be forced over to here. So then they're not going to just be up against these towers here, they're going to be up against ones on this that are at a higher height. And you can't get to here without coming through here. I mean, at the moment this is not quite right. I've got to put a wall down here. Oh dear. Where are all these people coming from? This is not good. What am I? Where did you all come from? Or have you just left the mine? Have you just suddenly decided to finish working in the mine or something? And why is it while you came out there you were caught? Hello. Where did this suddenly come from? Okay, that was interesting to know. That's probably why these lot are complaining. They'd be after things like spices, but I haven't got any. Unless somebody's willing to sell them to me, I'm kind of stuck because I can't make them. Just saying, you know, it is what it is. I cannot make spices. Somebody else makes them. Grows them. At least I assume they're growing them. I mean, they're selling them. Anyway, I wonder how that's happened. Is that the whole reason this wall's missing was because I was trying to work on this platform area over here, and the wall was getting in the way. It was stopping this edge from going up or down, depending on what I was trying to do. So I took that wall away, but for some strange reason, that one, the actual walls become higher. Seems rather new. I haven't noticed it do that before. It was deliberately hampering her. When that wall was in place, it was deliberately stopping this edge from getting higher and higher. It's like, nope, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying at my height. Don't care what you do. Right, that tree. because I'm assuming it's a tree. Oh, it's a thicket. Well, it can go, because I've decided. Harvest resources. There you go. Right, so while they're now back into the spring, we're going to run from here. Oh, where the road gets in the way. Oh no, I'll be having this. That's gone. Wall can run from here. Here. Then it can run from here. I'm only going to go that far because I need to figure out that bit. Why is that not working properly? This needs to be flatter. And if I can figure out where these bits go there, and from there to there. Oh, looks like they're finished over here. That's good. Right, there's the edge there. So interesting. Just want to be further out. Never mind. We go from there to. Oh, right, there you are. Out there, I think. Where is it there? That's the starting point. So to get out there. Get them to do that. And then I'll get a new door built over here. So they're just now going to come along here then. So once that's all blocked off, I'll just take the, well, actually I may as well just take the door out. It's not that big of a deal. Well, it might be if we suddenly get attacked, all of a sudden it become a big, big deal. Ooh, Lethros. Oh, hello. Ooh, well, that's bad. Well, you can all go, because there's no point keeping you around. Right. Just going to have a quick chat with Lethros now. I need to sell you things, Lethros. Except you're not offering decent prices, are you? Why? Why are you not giving me good prices these days? You're selling high and buying cheap. That's what I'm supposed to be doing. You don't quite understand the economic model that I'm trying to do. Right, I'll sell you some bricks, because I've got quite a few, it seems. I can sell you the furniture, because I don't particularly need it. I wouldn't care, he's got lots of money as well. Now is not the time to be selling candles. Must be a lot of them out there. Right. I want to make sure that nobody's in that line. I mean, there didn't seem to be anything in it either. Right, we shall dismantle that. Now the wagon shop was... There's no point having that wagon shop now, is there? You can go. I'll take the road as well. So that still works. So, oh, craggy. There's one over there. Don't particularly. I mean, it would be tempting to put an infinite mine in there, but yeah, I don't think the people around here would be too pleased. I mean, I don't know why, but right. Well, in which case, we'll just put more people into there. We shall upgrade that. While we are at it, I think we can actually pick the road. We'll get that upgraded. That could be a good idea. Because, you know, why not? Right, so that's disappointing. There's nobody that's turned up yet offering any spices. I would have liked some. I'm just saying. Well, not necessarily me, it's the people, really. I speak to the people. People want spices. For whatever reason. I would have thought there's a better way of preserving the food, but, you know, it is what it is. Right, I'll try and do something to at least try and flatten this area. Still thinking about all this sort of stuff. Yeah, let's upgrade that. Because why not? While we've got money, we shall use it. Okay. You're being fussy, but, you know, it is what it is. Right, so that... Ah! Right, so they've built that, in which case we shall demolish that. So I'm being generous. And I shall build... It's an interesting gap they've left there. Oh. Right, I am going to grab that. And I'm going to put it there. I mean, it is outside, but you've got to come in here to get to it. Or all the way from over here. So anybody in there can just keep taking pot shots at these people down there, so that's a bit more... Quite like that idea. Right, move that a bit closer to the gate. So that gives me those three there, essentially. So if you want to get in here, you've got to come through either a double layer of wall or doors. I mean, these are what? 1200 versus 1600. So your incentive really is just to knock the door down. I'm just saying. That in the meantime is a feature. It is what it is. Now, try and discourage these miscreants causing me more problems. I'm going to double the wall. Because I feel like doing it. Right. Have you got anything exciting to sell? She normally doesn't have spices, I must admit. I think it's... I'm trying to remember who it is. It's... I think it's usually Masik who has the spices. What happened to all our soap? This is not good. We mustn't be producing enough soap lately. Interesting enough. Oh, hello. I can afford to sell the coal. Because I've got too much of it anyway. Interesting, I've got tons of tools. This makes a change, because normally I used to have... Well, yeah, it wasn't that long ago. It didn't feel as if I had hardly any tools, hardly any iron. So that's certainly helped by getting the forges to focus on one product. Because I remember early on in the game, I used to really struggle getting them to do that. It just didn't seem to work. Now, for some strange reason, it does. Interesting. Come from about there. We go to... So it must be somewhere around here. Right, off yous go. Right, that looks a bit better. That does not look better. That still looks a bit wonky to me. I don't like things that are wonky. I shouldn't have wonky things. Are we ever going to get anybody to build that wall? Because it would be good. Just saying. I must admit, when they said they were building double gates, I assumed it meant like this sort of thing. But it's not, it's just a double width gate. Which I could build. I mean, that could be interesting, I suppose, but I'm not sure what the point would be. Why would I want a double gate? Ooh, that's why. Now I remember, yes. I think you do a double gate because of... Was it these? These types of floors. What is it? There was these here. You get like double width or something. Anyway, something's on fire. This is never good. Okay. Well, that's, I mean, it's bad to see the place on fire. It's good to see people actually getting out there and trying to put it out. Right, so they're still thinking about all that. Clay is a big problem. That makes sense if that, because that clay mine ran out, didn't it? That is going nowhere, so let's take that out. Take that out. Now that... Just put that over there. That... Yeah, I'll leave that there because it's better access to better water source. I was thinking of putting it over there, but then right, that has really been superseded by these. So that is going to get dismantled. It's going to hit me in the pocket. I'm just waiting to see if anybody actually comes out, but they don't seem to be interested. There's also the fact that it's actually got some storage in it. But the rationale is that I built an extra several down here. There's all these extra mines down here that should be... Oh, is that the right tech mine? Okay. So you've got 12 in there. 12, 16. Right, 16 people work there. What? Why have you abandoned... Oh, for crying out loud. Well, there's nothing I can do. What do you want me to do? Until my suit turns up with these spices, I mean, we're going nowhere. Such fussy people. Right, well, you don't have any spice. I've got tons of cheese, so that's not going to help me. I can sell some of these off. I want to sell some candles. Except you don't have the money. Don't just... Well, I should really pay attention to how much money they've got, quite frankly, but that's a big problem then. Without the spices, these buildings are just going to keep getting abandoned. There's not a lot I can do. I'm just going to have to build like little houses in the meantime. Try and accommodate them. Right, we'll try and get those built. I mean, I think we're getting towards the summer, or we're in the summer. Now in the summer. Right, so they're focusing on that. Built that, so we've now got our double wall. It's interesting that, I wonder... I suppose that was probably built because of the double gate there originally, I imagine. Okay. It is what it is, but at least with a double wall, it's going to be harder to break through. Now, speaking of breaking through things, where are we up to with our... Right, we don't actually need anybody in there. I'm just saying. I mean, you can go there, but there's no point really. You don't need to stay there. I only want people in the actual towers that are necessary, because it's costing me money. Yes, I know there's a housing shortage. Tell my suit to get his finger out. Because, you know, it's important. Still nobody. As long as there's nobody in these outer ones, and that's fine. Am I going in the right direction? Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the thing is, I've got tons of these towers. They're costing me a lot of money. Now I think. Is there any ones we could dispense with? I mean, the trouble is things might change and I might end up with potentially armies spawning up here. I don't think they will, as long as there's just this area here. I think we're all right. Now I want them to be a bit further. Ideally, I want them to be spawning over just here in this little area here, which I think that's it. So I think we're all right there. Because if they spawn here, they'll come along here. Now, they might potentially come down here. So maybe I want to push them further north. Let's build another tower then. I don't think decorations are going to help me. I mean, I don't know what sort of visibility that's going to get. And if there's a tower up here, I'll take it out. Because if I can push them further north, they'll come along here. This is my theory. You really want them to be about here then, don't you? In which case that might not be such a good idea, but I don't think you can back out of that. Can you? Aha, you can. Good. So there's just this little small niche here. We'll see just how much wiggle room, if anything, they've got. Right. It's possible my suit might turn up, but I'm not so sure. We really need spices. Otherwise, I'm in deep duty. Spices. Spicy things. There's... Nope, they're greens. They look like them, but they're not them. I'll know what they look like when I see them. There they are there. Yeah. Right, speed that up. Right, there's still all this lot to work on. So that's slowly moving in that direction, I should say. Five. Let's see, there's a chunk over here to still do. I should probably start working from the back downwards because it's higher there. I must admit the tower's going to get in the way, but anyway, I've now got a tower pointed there. Out of curiosity, how far does that reach? Only goes as far as there. It's a pity because I had been thinking, oh, that would be cool because they'd be able to target the the road there. Trouble is, I don't think you can demolish. Oh, no, yeah, you could relocate a crypt. You can't deconstruct it, and you can't deconstruct a grave. You can move it, but you can't deconstruct it. Just a bit of a pain. Right, so that's now upgraded. I'm working in there, so I'm going to have to think this through as to what goes where. Right, so the road goes ever on and on. Right, let's see. So that, oh hello, construct 50 shelters in a single cell. Ooh. I mean, to be fair, let's say I've already done that. But all these like achievements came in like long after I built all this, because it's still about, say about what, about 3 months then we hit full release. Right, let's upgrade the healer's house, because why not? So waiting for that to be built. Now that's interesting. Complaining of a lack of firewood. I've got plenty of logs. It's concerning. I mean, not as concerning as the fact that people are abandoning the place. Isn't the spices? That's what it is. I'm pretty sure it's the spices anyway. Right. It's going to take a while before they get the barrels, so they're going to just keep complaining of food spoilage. How dare you complain of food spoilage? Right, so let's see. So that's there. So probably the market needs to be around here somewhere. So let's start. Well, I'll tell you what. We've got too many things to be thinking about as it is. I'm 10 short. Now that's only going to get 4 seconds. Before I start moving everybody around during the winter time. Right, I'm going to hedge my bets that there's more people are going to die before that becomes a problem again. I mean, it happened before, to be fair. It sounds a bit mean, but, you know, these things happen. The trouble is, if I start moving people around, all of a sudden it's like we've got nowhere to live. And then you hit, well, I mean, it's a bit risky, because well, it says freezing temperatures. Let's speed this up. Because I think it's best done during the, well, out of season. I mean, these are, you know, in the warmer climate. I mean, this is interesting that these are starting to upgrade now because of the facilities we're building. I've got to set up something similar to what I did there. I mean, shuffling these houses around, and if I do it now, I'm just a bit concerned that I'll never get round to doing it, and then we'll hit the winter. I mean, yeah, I mean, that would solve that problem, but... And that would just plain mean. Right, well, that's no longer complete. Oh, we're only one piece of clay short. Uber. Right, I'm not going to be doing any more games of patty cake with shovels while we're in the winter. I don't think that's such a good idea. I don't mind them building someone's house, but, you know. And I'm going to chance it. I'm going to leave those. I mean, I'm pretty sure I've had to destroy these sort of buildings before to get them rebuilt, but what puzzles me, I mean, they've got things in them. Seen a pastry? I mean, what's the problem? We had pastries. Why was it a problem? I don't know. Right, we'll dismantle this. Reason being is I'm kind of hoping that this is going to improve the place. I mean, it all needs structuring, because not everybody's got access to, say, like the market, doctor, and so on. See there, straight away, these have just suddenly said, oh, this is a better place to live. And then once these mines run out, which is, it seemed to last quite a while, to be fair. There's 3 mines there. Once they run out, hopefully this place will become even better, and then we'll start to see those houses then getting upgraded, which means more money. It's my train of thought. 4,000 there. Oh no! See, this is what I'm banking on. You see, sounds cruel, sounds heartless, but you know, it is what it is. Is that going to solve our problem? Say, there you go. All of a sudden, we've got places to live. Who knew they'd make it in time? Right, so we're waiting for 24 bricks over here. I mean, we've got tons of bricks and got tons of planks. Seriously? Why? Why would you be on fire during the winter time? It's snowing. How can you possibly burn during the snow? There's like all this wet snow coming down. How could you possibly be on fire? Better still, what were you doing in the first place to set your house on fire? Probably they were cooking their food, I'd imagine. Either that or they were burning candles. It's a possibility. Maybe I should put a policy in that sort of happens from using candles. And say you cannot use candles, you're just going to have to live in the dark. See, now, this is something I'm thinking about. Look how many windows this place has got, right? How they got so much light? I mean, that's a lot of light. That must be like a lot of candles, because we haven't invented electricity yet. I'm intrigued. Colour me intrigued. Right, so I think we're just going to have to wait for the springtime. There you go. That wasn't so bad. Right, so that... Hang on a minute. What schools could be upgraded to universities? Wait a minute. So there's a school. So why can that not be upgraded? Current tier 1, next tier 1. This is a bit bizarre. We look at what happened to universities? Thought we had universities. Has something changed or something? Because I could have sworn you had universities. I thought they would upgrade to tier 2. Or am I getting confused with the doctors going into hospitals? Oh, you're kidding me. Seriously? Right, anyway. You all need to move, I've decided. Right, so that has to reach down to there. So the market's going to have to be somewhere around here. So let's move these folks up to there. You can go and live up there for now. Feeling generous, you can go and live up there. Tell you what, how about you go and live over there? And you go and live over here. I appreciate there's a housing shortage, but at this moment in time, we are working on trying to fix the problem. It is a problem. It needs to be fixed. We'll just have to wait for our busy little bees to go and do it. Well, technically the builders, but it begins with B. Right, let's have a look-see. So that can go to there. We'll do that one, that one, then that one. Right, let's start from the back. Might be better. $625. Oops. Yeah, start from the there. That might help because they're higher up at the back. Oh, hold on, tick. What's going on here? It's a start from there, that's why. Right, so we'll start at the back and work our way down to here. And hopefully I'll try and get this side here lifted up just a bit more. We shall see. Right, so gates built, or wall built rather. Oh no, someone's got the pox. Entirely convenient. What's the world coming to when you've got the pox? And I've just realised, oh no, I haven't said that. I mean, the market would be around here somewhere-ish. We just don't have enough clay mines, do we? Fudgesicles. Tell you what, let's go and have a look-see then. Right, so there's one there. Oh, crikey, that's about to run out. One there. Oh, that might explain a lot then. Right, ergo, we need another clay mine. So there's one there, there's one there. Don't want to go there. And there is one there. Tap into that one. Resources. Clay. And these are a bit more fussy because they've got to be on top. Then I'll run a road around. Roads and fencing. Now there is Beldar the Peddler. The $64 million cut. Well, I thought. No, it's not that clever. Can I go down? I start there. Gets in the. Or is it just because I started it there? No, it's definitely. Why can't. Ah, right, because the water's in the way. Bar. Stop that there. And I'll go and check up on Beldar because I'm wondering if he's brought the spices. Maybe. Possibly. Ah. He has. Right, he's brought the spices. Right. Oh, he's got 304. Jeez Louise. That's easy. 4,500 for 47. Whoa. Ow. Oi. I sell you 20 of these. It's not even going to make a dent. At least I can get my money back a bit. Ooh. Try some more then. It's expensive. It's expensive. Why do you have to have these things so expensive? Fudgesicles. Now that's interesting. That we don't have as much sand as we used to. Sand. Where do we make sand? Well, we don't make sand. So there's two there. So there's one there. So that's an infinite one. And the other two just happen to... Oh, there's another infinite one there. Ah, no. Ah, now. Now then. Is this what is this going to be what I think it's going to be, or is it not going to be what I think it's going to be? Obstructed by a building. Oh. So unlike the gold and the iron, and probably the clay, unlike the gold, the iron and the coal, even these ones still have to be on top of the source. Fudgesicles. This is highly inconvenient. I've decided. It's inconvenient. Having said that, interestingly. Ah, right. Oh, you can't. That's a pain. You can't move them. That's the trouble. So I could still potentially have more than one. Yeah, I could potentially have that like that. Right, let's cancel that. I'm going to turn it the other way around. Right, let's see. So that can go that way. Right, this all needs flattening because it's not flat. Place isn't flat, so it needs to be flat. We've decided it needs to be flat. But it's not going to be flat by any stretch of the imagination. Just me. Dun, dun, dun. That's quite convenient. Right. What's even more convenient is if I can figure out where to put this thing. Because if I put that, say there, it's got the overlap of there. Those buildings. Now this is where it's going to get tricky because... Let's see. So if we want to leave a gap of, think about it's a gap of one that you put between these houses. Because they're going to have to get shuffled around. So the decorations, was these, what are these things? These are garden path. So a garden path has a width of about 1. So that, fudgesicles. These are things you need to contemplate. Life becomes a lot more complicated. Because I need to line these all up, don't I? So the marketplace, which is what I was trying to move in the first place, it's going to be running down that main road. So if there's a gap of about 1 there, which... What's the gap at the moment? There's a gap of 2. Yeah, my life's going to be a lot easier if I move these things first. Except they're all in the middle of upgrading their houses at the moment. Because the trouble is, I'll move the marketplace, and then it'll be a case of I'll have to move it again. Then I'll be moving things again, and then nope, that's not right. I'm going to move it again. There's too many things getting moved. Well, that's not good. I mean, it's not as bad as that, but... Hopefully if people can upgrade their houses, it wouldn't be so bad. Because then there's more room for people to live in. We wouldn't have to be concerned about these things. 20. Jeez Louise. If you turn up with spices, I'm not going to be impressed. Especially at a knockdown price, I'm going to be a bit disappointed. Okay, I'll let you off. I was starting to get a bit concerned there. I was beginning to think that my souk here was going to turn up and offer me spices at a cheaper rate. You've still got 1,000, right? In that case, how about I sell you? I mean, I would like to sell you a kitchen sink if I had one, but apparently they don't make them. It's one of those rare times when somebody's offering to buy, like, the plate mail and the heavy weapons, and they don't have any money. I mean, well, in that case, have they got anything out? I mean, I could buy some of those up. Ooh, wow. I used to sell them one. Yeah, that's not good when your grain's getting less and less. Has nobody still moved these things yet? Oh, I'm going with half speed, that's why. Yeah, so they're in the middle of upgrading. I mean, I'll probably want to run a road that way, actually. Run a road down here. I've got to try and line things. I mean, the rat catcher's going to have to go somewhere else. I'm banking on these getting upgraded, because if they get upgraded, then there'll be a bit more wiggle room for people to live in bigger houses, basically. Not more wiggle room that they're going to live, just more room for them to live in. Because that one's like a homestead, whereas that's currently a homestead. So there's 5 in there. Now the homestead, I think, does that go over the manor then? Because the next step up is the mansion, surely. Although, yeah, so you go from your little shelter to homestead. Presumably the mansion, a manor. Problem I've got is the mansions are falling to bits because there's no space. I mean, I say there's no space, it's probably all being used up already, I think. We're not making enough pastries. This is bad. There's 11 spices left. Seriously, what are you lot waiting on? Why is it taking you so long? Yes, I know there's a housing shortage, but I mean, they're going to build these ones. Stop reminding me of things I already know. Nope, you're not taking it to there. Where are you going? Who are you and where are you going? What? I might ask you the same question. Oh, you're upgrading the well, are you? Okay. Well. Oh, that's all messed up. That's not good. Things are messed up. I could move them to the left a bit. Yeah, that would make sense. I move everybody one left. And I can get the roads in line. Ooh. Fudgesicles. Well. Why? Why do you have to get in the way of things? These are highly inconsiderate facilities that we've got here. It's not good. I don't want it there. It needs to be over here somewhere, but there's no room. I've got no wiggle room left. There's nowhere left to wiggle. Yeah, go on. I mean, there's no room for you, but you know. Oh, fiddly-dee. Right. You haven't got any spices by any chance, have you? I was being optimistic, but you know. I mean, I could sell them some bricks. We've got plenty of the pottery. Glass cheese. We're almost at that level for cheese. I can afford to sell these. The only concern I must admit is if we start attracting a... Well, hold on, what have you got then? Is there anything you can sell me? Nothing that jumps out. No, the only thing that concerns me now is if we end up against a private army. I mean, as much as I want to get these houses, build extra houses, it's a bit of a problem. Right, hold on. The villager is homeless. Build additional shelters to prevent death from exposure. Oh no! Seriously? You're only 3-year-old. You're kidding me. Oh, thank goodness for that. I thought that was horrendous. What kind of person am I? Oh no. Okay. I think it's safe to say we've got a problem here. I need more houses. I mean, that's got up to a large house, so it didn't go up to a mansion as I thought.
What
so
is it?
Well, I've got housing problems apparently. Well, I say I have, you have. Well, not necessarily you, but somebody's got housing problems. That'll go by about 1. That'll go by one. Oh, crikey, this is bad. Right, okay, so I'm just going to build more houses until I can fix the housing crisis. We've got a housing crisis, and somehow I need to find a way to fix it. Apparently. I mean, at least on the plus side, we've got these buildings here. I need to start having a game of triple the buildings and get everything lined, because I want them lined up in a neat way. So I'll have a little block like that, except down here somewhere, as I've just realised I'm going to have to move some of these, but it means moving these houses to align them. And then because they've got all those little features in between them, start looking better, and then it attracts more desirability. Basically, it makes it a nicer place to live. That's the plan, and then they'll start paying me more money, and then we'll have more money. The only drawback is if I have more money, it starts attracting private armies. There's a big downside to this. I'm wondering, I mean, I could potentially build another tower, and then that way there's just nowhere to go. And we may never see another invasion again, but then, well, yeah, I mean, where's the fun in that? I mean, you've got to have some challenges. I mean, I've got enough problems as it is with buildings full of big pieces and not having enough houses, but yeah. I'm now wondering how I'm going to suddenly get attacked by a private army. I guess we'll have to find out in another episode.